Hello and welcome to the Minnesota PRSA Ethics Series. I'm Margaret Ann Hennett. I have with me today Joel Swanson. Joel and I are both members of Minnesota PRSA, and Joel is the 2025 Ethics Officer for our chapter. We're here today to give you a little more information about the upcoming Minnesota PRSA Ethics Workshop on September 19th. Joel, could you share with some examples from your career in public relations on delivering difficult messages? Maybe some techniques that you use or think through?
Sure. There's a couple of levels that happens. One is managing up and giving executives and leaders in the organization bad news from things that you're observing and monitoring. The other one is giving feedback or negative news to staff and others that are reporting to you or that there's a different power dynamic. And I would say I try to adhere to a couple of principles, and I'll give an example too. One of those principles is transparency. I tend to believe that people would rather know things than not, so be transparent. Sometimes in our Minnesota nice culture here, we tend to be a little less direct than we need to be at times. And I'll give you an example. There was a time where I was counseling earlier in my career, actually, where I was counseling the chief operating officer, the number two person in a large organization in Minnesota. And she did a media interview and afterwards asked how I did. I had a choice right then of I could tell her that she did great and gloss it over, or I could give her some constructive feedback. I chose to give her some constructive feedback on what she said and how she delivered it. And she thanked me for that. And we built a good relationship because of that. And I think sometimes we have to have that courage to be able to speak up and say things that are uncomfortable. And people in those leadership roles, they want that, they need that, and I think they appreciate that long term.
Thank you, Joel. That's a great insight and one that we can all use. Um, I'm so glad you took the time to join me today to talk a little bit about the September 9th workshop. And I want to thank all of the people who are in our audience today for coming on. And if you in the audience want to learn more from Joel and other panelists who will be speaking at the September 19th workshop, please get on and register. Thank you.